Hey everyone, I'm Kendall. I'm with the Bohemian Tarot Girl and Wild Reawakening. This is your full moon in Libra collective tarot reading. We're looking at the energy of this full moon, and this full moon is really all about the people in our lives and making sure that everything is balanced, making sure that the people that we have in our lives are what we need, making sure that we're actually being able to provide the right energy for the people that are also in our lives. So there's that duality that this Libra full moon is really asking of us. And it's really asking us, to make sure that we're not destroying other people's needs in the pursuit of our own passion, and that we really have to find that balance, right, between our wants as well as the people that we value in our lives, right? So let's look at these cards here we have going on. And just so you know, this is the story up top here. This is the new set of cards that I have. It's a pastoral tarot. So this is really the first time I've been using them. Then of course my deck here, and we're gonna look at the action needed as well as the outcome. So we'll start off here. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is really about you being on your path. You're passionate about it. You're really taking chances and you're walking down this path. And this card really emphasizes that message. Here you are, you're strolling down this path, and there's a look of an excitement. There's this passion that we're trying to follow. If it's a job, if it's a career, if it's creating a business, if it's a romantic relationship, whatever it is in your life that you're currently pursuing and walking your own path, it's really all about you. And the Ace of Pentacles sitting with it is really a lot of the energy where we're looking at a situation, right? It's all about us serving and making sure that we look at what we have with us currently, what we've achieved, and really evaluating our journey ahead. So you have this passionate, adventurer, that you need to walk that path that is only for you. And then you also need to take into account of really, when you start this journey, of what you're bringing into it. And I love it here, there's like a little star right next to the cat here on the wheel. So just be aware of making sure that you're taking stock of what really you have learned before as you're walking down this path, because this path, even though it is very unique to yourself and it's something that maybe you've never walked before, you have a lot of knowledge and lessons that you have learned in past experiences. The next card here is the Nine of Swords, and with this energy you have, that is really, you're sitting at night, you're maybe worrying, and you really need to keep things in perspective. I think we have a tendency when we are looking at a path that is unknown and something new for us, that we really have a tendency to kind of go deep into some of the darkness that we have, the worries and the doubt. And with this, it really calls you to use it in a positive way. So use the perspective, right? And know that you are in charge of changing the perspective. We have here the window with the trees, and you can see the reflection of the trees on the wall in the room. And it's how you view the reflection and the messages that you take from it. Make sure that you are using past experiences instead of worrying about failures that you used to have, that you're taking those pieces and coming back with that Ace of Pentacles and really using those experiences to move yourself forward for this new path. We have here as well sitting the Hierophant and the Emperor, which I love because they're both the major arcanas, really playing into that soul level connection with us with this path. The Hierophant is really about understanding which rituals come into play in your life. This card, it looks like it's about school, I have a tendency to think of the Hierophant as more of a spiritual, like that ritual connection. And rituals in our lives can be good or bad. And I think that's really important to remember. Rituals can bring us joy, but they can also limit us if we're not realizing the limitations that sometimes we put on ourselves with the rituals we do in our lives. I feel like this card is really calling us to understand that, making sure that we're not blocking ourselves in any way, and making sure that the rituals we have in our lives, those things that we constantly are doing, really do benefit from us. Just because we were taught something does not mean that it's always going to stay as something positive for us, right? We need to take stock of what we have and make sure that we're not just doing something because we were told to do it at one point and it worked at that time, but that we're also doing what's right for us and the rituals and the spiritual gifts that are right for us right now. Sitting with this Emperor card, I mean, you really have that knowledge. And I think that is the key of this message, is you don't need to look anywhere else. You don't need to worry. You know what is right or wrong for you. The Emperor is very much about not leaving things for chance. What I really like about that message is the Emperor knows what he wants. He's willing to go there. He knows how to get it. And he has that authority within him that he knows the universe is going to help him bring that along, right? If it's right for him, then that universe is going to help guide him to where he needs to go along his path. He's wise. He's full of wisdom. You can always seek the advice of the Emperor. And that's what I kind of love about this. You have these two combination cards. The knowledge is within. And then there's also the opportunity where you might be brought a mentor of some kind to give you some sound advice, or maybe you're passing by and you have a casual conversation with someone and it opens your eyes. I think that's what you really need to be looking for during this time. That is a beautiful story of the energy of the moon. We have the Chariot and of course the Justice card. We have that very balanced energy. And the Chariot is asking us to move. So we need to move forward with where we're going, but also make sure that things are balanced and we are not just pursuing our goals with unabandon, and that we're really considering other people's, and we have to find that duality in our path, right? It's important to make sure that you are doing what needs to be done for you, but you also just can't run over everyone else in your life to pursue your passions. You need to make sure that it's balanced and that people that are in your life do have a chance to come to the table with you, especially when you need support. Remember that individuals in your life really provide you the support that you need, and without them, it can be really lonely and hard when you need help with things, and even when you need to celebrate things. So just know this action is really telling you to keep moving forward with the story. You know all the pieces that you need to do, and just really make sure that you're keeping that balance within yourself and with the relationships around you. The outcome here is we have the Wheel of Fortune. I actually like the Wheel of Fortune. It tells you that life goes up and down, good or bad. Sometimes we can be in a slump, and sometimes things are really abundant, and that is just the natural cycle of life. So just know that if you're feeling lack right now, that the wheel is always moving, and there's always the motion to bring you abundance in your life, and it's just part of the natural cycle in life, which I love. We have the Seven of Wands, and that is really perseverance, and there might have been a challenge, and that's really what these two cards read to me, is that you might be feeling that there's a challenge, and I really think that you just need to persevere, because this wheel is going to change and you're going to find some abundance coming your way. So if you're pursuing a path of some kind and you're feeling a little bit down, just keep going, because it is going to go and it's going to flip to that other side. If you know that it's a right path for you and you're doing it for reasons that are not selfish, and that you're making sure you're not just doing it to, run over people, control people, that sort of thing, then, things are going to come out in the end. And I love this with the Knight of Pentacles too, sitting here as extra guidance. The Knight of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, he just sits there, he's on his horse, he's surveying the field. He's one of the only knights that isn't in an action position on that card. And he is really asking us to, one, not leave things for chance, right? We have to look at what we have and make sure that we are diligently and making sure we're very strategic in how we're going about, and we're tending our crops, and we're watching our crops, and we're making sure everything is coming together. That is the honor of the Knight of Pentacles, is really that ability to guard our dreams and make sure that they're moving forward in an aligned fashion. So this is just a wonderful message here. We have so much energy of this new start, and I really think the key is we just have to keep going. You have to let go of this energy that might be blocking you or that you're dwelling on in order to move forward. And I think the Hierophant is here guiding us really to say, hey, what rituals do you have in your life that are stopping you, right? If there's something you do in your life and you do it repetitively and it's preventing you from going down this path, let's look at that. Let's figure that out. And I would ask you to take a moment, do some journal work on that, and figure out what is blocking you. That is just something that maybe you don't even realize. It's something naturally happening that you do, and you're actually causing a block in your path. Because really what we want you to do is keep moving forward here, and you're going to move into some abundance as we come up through here. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great full moon, and I will see you next time. Thanks.